You're definitely seeing a pivot that has accelerated as a result of COVID. I think, as Chris alluded to, a lot of this is sort of evolving in real time. You started off with literally a virtual facial encounter on a symptom basis, but people began fairly quickly, particularly, for example, with COVID patients who did not need to be admitted initially, but needed some degree of surveillance, a very short-term and immediate need to pull in additional data types. And that really then began to have health systems evaluate what are the available data we can collect in real time or in a continuous fashion that we can integrate with our EMR, or we can in some way use to build a longitudinal picture of the patient. And I think what you're starting to see in this setting is that we've been very reactive in the short term. We recognize this is going to end up being a long-term pivot, and people are now becoming more proactive. I think our system obviously had started to do quite a lot of this, both in collaboration with persistent systems and elsewhere. And now we're beginning to recognize that it really does need a broader strategic plan to begin to think how, where, and when digital care and digital data collection, as well as virtual interactions, will begin to fit empirically into the mix of care delivery that we're building. And I think what I see is a period of sustained innovation and evolution. And I think you're right, that is going to be driven both by what's happening inside the system, so coming from inside out, but also a lot coming from outside in. And we see remarkable efforts of transformation across the industry as people begin to realize that innovations and implementations that they thought might take 5-10 years are actually going to happen in 18 months. So we're seeing a lot of large players begin to move their activities much more upstream.